Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. I hadn't even lifted my glass for the toast when she said it. Cold, rehearsed, like she'd been practicing the line in the mirror. "You're fired. Security will escort you out." I remember the way her voice didn't shake. Mine didn't either. I set the guest badge on the table, centered it with my thumb, and replied quietly, "Tell Mom and Dad the board will meet in 3 hours." Her smile twitched, not much, just enough for me to finally enjoy the moment I'd been building toward. And 3 hours later. But let me go back. There was a time she'd call me Big Brother with a kind of pride, a time she followed me through the corridors of the company like I was the sun she intended to orbit. We were meant to run it together. Her vision, my structure. That's what our parents always said. But families fracture long before the cracks become audible. I didn't notice the shift at first. A missed meeting, a closed-door conversation, numbers I couldn't explain. Files that no longer matched what I'd originally signed off on. She had always been ambitious, but ambition isn't betrayal until it is. The real sign was her eyes. She stopped meeting mine in hallways, stopped asking for help, stopped caring if I noticed her absence. And then one night when I worked late, I found her office printer still warm, a contract unsigned, offering herself full control of the company. My name wasn't anywhere on it, not even as a courtesy. It wasn't the betrayal that hurt, it was the cowardice. The moment I stopped being her brother and became her problem. I didn't react, didn't storm in, didn't demand an explanation she wasn't worthy of giving. Instead, I slipped the page back into the tray and let the printer cool. I started watching, listening, collecting emails, call logs, side deals disguised as consultations, the kind of behavior that gets executives removed quietly but decisively when proven. And she had left a trail of fingerprints on everything. I didn't want revenge then, not yet. I wanted clarity. I wanted to understand how she justified trying to erase me. The understanding never came, but the evidence did. People assume revenge is loud. It isn't. It's patient. I built the case slowly, meticulously. I met with board members individually, not hinting at betrayal, only concerns. My tone was calm, almost clinical. They listened. They had always trusted my steadiness more than her charisma. I filed financial discrepancies quietly, forwarding copies to the legal team. I didn't have to embellish. Her actions spoke eloquently without my help. And then, 3 days before today's inauguration, the missing piece arrived, an anonymous tip. Someone she had disposed of too quickly, sending me an audio file. Her voice bragging about removing dead weight, my name tossed in like trash. I listened to it once, then I sent it to the board. No commentary. They didn't need any. And that brings us back to the party. The room smelled like champagne and money. She stood on the stage, glowing in the spotlight our parents foolishly believed she'd earned. When she fired me, the room went silent. People watched like they were witnessing a car crash they couldn't turn away from. She thought it was checkmate, but her mistake was thinking I still played to her rules. I simply said my line, "Tell Mom and Dad the board will meet in 3 hours," and walked out. Security followed, unsure, hesitant. They didn't touch me. They didn't need to, because by then, the trap was already closed. We sat in the executive conference room, 12 board members, my parents, her. She didn't meet my eyes now, either. The chairman cleared his throat. "We've reviewed the documents and the recordings." She blanched. I watched it happen slowly, beautifully, like a sunrise in reverse. "This," she started. "It is," I said, my voice even. "Every number, every agreement, every lie." I slid the final folder toward her. Her hands shook when she opened it. The audio file transcript sat on top. Mom gasped before she finished the first paragraph. Dad closed his eyes like he was mourning someone still alive. The chairman leaned back. "Effective immediately, your promotion is revoked. Pending further legal review, you are suspended." My sister looked at me with something that finally resembled honesty, fear. "You did this," she whispered. "No," I said, "you did." Aftermath. She was escorted out, not by security this time, but by the consequences she crafted with her own hands. When the doors shut behind her, the room exhaled. My parents turned to me, their faces heavy with guilt and relief. "We should have seen this," Dad said. I shook my head. "You trusted your daughter. There's no crime in that." The chairman leaned forward. "The board would like you to resume your role effective immediately." I nodded once, not triumphant, just steady. Justice isn't a celebration, it's a correction.